Yes.
Saram, everyone. This is Sunil here, and it's a great privilege to be given the opportunity to introduce Brother Hariharan.
Hariharan.
As many of you know, Brother Hariharan has been is a Sai alumni. He was one of the first students or the student in the very first batch in Puttaparthi, and has gone on to compose over 230 bhajans and various compositions. Brother Hariharan, in the start told me, please keep it very simple. But as I was truly researching him, to even say a few lines about him, right, to understand him better, what I realized is that, it will take me at least a week to describe all his, what he has done for the society and how Swami has blessed him. And the other thing which I realized is this 1 hour satsang is not enough. You will need at least 1 month of daily satsangs to even get 5% of what we can learn through Swami through him, or what Swami would talk to us through him. Uh, in fact, how Brother Hariharan became a student at Puttaparthi in the very first batch is a very interesting story. And I hope Brother Hariharan shares a few insights on that, because what it told me was that when you truly wish something from a pure wish deep from your heart, Swami would fulfill it. And that's a living example of how Brother Hariharan became a student at Puttaparthi. We also know that Brother Hariharan is an amazing violinist. He was considered a child prodigy and a violin virtuoso. However, that same talent and one episode with Swami had a life transforming uh, uh, experience. That one episode actually transformed Brother Hariharan and changed the course of for the rest of his life. I hope Brother Hariharan shares a few of those very heartrending and eye-opening experience with Swami. That's something which we all should, many of us could learn a lot from that one single episode. Brother Hariharan actually was working for some time, for over 3 years, as a marketing research executive, and then he resigned and dedicated his, prompted by his inner voice, dedicated his entire life singing and studying the word of Swami and sharing his universal love. Without taking much more time, I would hand it over to Brother Hariharan, and let us all soak in the words which Swami speaks through him. Saram, Brother.
Hariharan. Pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan. Pranams to the embodiments of Sai who are all in this satsang today. And before I start, I request that Arunachala Shiva, we will start with that. I request Brother Bhushan, please let Swami make that song available today. After that, I'll continue my talk, please. Om Shri Sai Ram. Once again, it is wonderful to be with Ohio, Cleveland, and all the other devotees. My first gratitude goes to Swami and my parents, my grandparents, all my brothers, sisters, relatives, and the whole world relative of Sai family, and God-given family of Hariharan too. And today is such an auspicious day. I would like to thank Brother Sunil for such a loving, very emotional introduction. Though none of us need anything, but the love each Sai devotee carries for other, it is visible. Brother Sunil was so gracious in his introduction. And Brother Bhushan, Deepaji, and all the devotees who are associated with this, and all the devotees who are here now. Today is such an auspicious day. Before even starting sharing few hot pour, if Swami allows, and he has to bring out. As I know no subject, he has to bring out. Such an auspicious day. We call it Trikarthika Deepam or Annamalai Deepam Day. Arunachala today, he stood completely as a Agnilinga. From where to where, nobody knows. I'll spend 5 minutes with this and I'll go with other things. You all know the story. Today is the day he took the form of Jyoti. And Brahma and Vishnu, it was the competition who is greater. And you know, Vishnu is such a loving, humble, loving God who is so simple. He always takes even the kick of a rishi, Bhrigu, in his chest. So, and never got angry. Imagine the God, when he can get a kick from a rishi, he doesn't get angry. See that patience and tolerance and love. And that is Lord Vishnu. So they decide, Shiva says, whoever finds my, mudi means the head, and whoever finds my padam are greater. Then Vishnu says, I will search for your feet. This is why we say pranams at the lotus feet, not pranams at the head of God. We don't say. We say pranams at the lotus feet so that we can bow down, we can learn humility, because we are not even, we cannot even lift our head to see his full glory. It's so difficult. Feet itself, if you look at it, the padam, you will keep on looking at. When Swami is giving darshan, people are trying to look for his padam. They know he is coming near. So the robe is hiding, but they push the robe and somehow get the padanamaskar. That important. So that's why Vishnu says, I will find out. Brahma says, I'll find the head. And you know the story, Brahma, he was trying to go up, 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 up. The more we go up, we can't find anything. We lose the track of ground also. This story, we have to learn lots of things. Everyone wants to go up. We keep on going higher, 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 higher. Neither we can reach the topmost, nor we can see the ground. So anybody who wants to put their head up, they can never reach where they have to. But whereas Lord Vishnu takes the form of Varaha, trying to go down, 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 down. What does that signify? We say we are humble, we have humility, but still lots more to go down, down, deeper, 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 before we find the feet of the Lord. Any amount of humility cannot give you, but your acceptance, that my acceptance, that I'm not humble enough, oh Lord, please show me lotus feet, then Lord will show. That was what happening. Brahma told Shiva that he got the flower. The flower was falling from the head. He got it. He was showing to Shiva. He told a lie. This is what happened. When we go higher and higher, we don't want to say people we don't know. We want to say people, oh, that one I know very well. Yeah, I heard about it and I have total knowledge about it. So the more high we go, we don't have knowledge at all. The more low we go, we attain the grace of God. And Vishnu says, when Shiva takes the form of Jyoti, Vishnu accepts. I am not able to find your feet, Lord Shiva. So, because of that, Vishnu is loved, Krishna is loved, Rama is loved. All this because of that simplicity, that wonderful loving nature which has brought the whole universe to them to recite the name of them even today. Same thing with Swami. When he comes and talks to you and me, he will talk as though he is talking, as though we are friends. Not is God and we are devotees. Swami never treated anybody as devotee. Number one point, nobody can become devotee because devotee is a very, very big responsibility. But certainly we can say Swami is our loving friend. Swami is our father, Swami is our mother, Swami is our brothers and sisters, whatever it is easy to correlate. And there where, Lord Vishnu, once he accepted, having not able to see the lotus feet, he accepted. So till today, he is worshipped and not Brahma. So this song, I was in Tiruvannamalai years back, 2000, 1999 or 2000. I can't remember those years. But one thing is sure, I went there with two of my friends. I stayed, absorbed the silence of that Arunachaleshwara. That is a Siddha Bhumi. Having been in silence when I was returning, I didn't want to return to Bangalore at all. I turned back and see the hillock where once upon a time he stood as Agnilinga. I am looking, crying, weeping, and singing when I am traveling by car. My friends were asking, hey, what are you singing? I told, I don't know, but something is coming out. So Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Aruna Shiva. This is the Mahamantra which throughout the world today people take because today is Tiruvannamalai Arunachala Deepa Day, very important day. So remembering that Mahamantra, that's why I requested them to play. And Akshaya Linga, Atmalinga. He stands with no beginning, no end. Akshaya Linga. Where is he? Atmalinga. He is in all of us. Tejo Maya Vigraha Linga. He stands. Tejo Maya. What does he do to you and me? Iha para Sukhadayaka. This worldly Sukha and also the spiritual attainment. It is saying, Smarane, Smaranenaiva Smaranenaiva Muktihi Arunachalehi. Just thinking about that place, then he gives mukti. And that is what we found. If you see in Swami, that Arunachala, that's what I say, Iha Parasukadayaka. Sai Iha Parasukadayaka, because my Aruna, The enlightenment, Achala, the immovable power is our dear Lord, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. For I know the gods only in photograph and in temples. Of course, very powerful, without doubt. Temples we go very powerful, and we sit in front of Swami's photograph, and we think it is photograph, it is photograph. We think it is Swami, then it's Swami. So it is again depending on our heart. It is said that if you see the wood, you can't see the elephant. If you see the elephant carved out of the wood, then you can't see the wood at all. If you see the wood, you can't see the elephant. If you see the elephant, you can't see the wood. If you see the photograph, you cannot see Sai. If I see Sai, then I cannot see photograph. So, a very simple thing. So, first of all, that God principle, when everyone started telling Swami is God, Swami is God, Swami is God, so that God, till then, nobody has ever told any human being, any saints, any sages as God. They will say Deva Swarupam, but they won't say Devam. Later, everyone understand after Sai devotees have accepted Swami as God and understood the glory to the core. Now everyone is able to see their Guru as God. But first, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I first heard the name of the saints and seers and Siddha Purusha, but never heard somebody telling so and so is God. And if it is one person telling it is okay, but it's hundreds and thousands and lakhs started saying, Swami is God, Swami is God, Swami is God, that entered. Then all the gods form, Rama, Krishna, whatever God we would like to visualize, Yeshu, Allah, whatever God, we could see that in Swami, all those principle put together, Sarva Devata Swarupi. This is where brother was telling that I should share the experience of joining college and also playing violin. If I talk about that, my time will go only in that. But still, I will try to cover a little bit of that. Yeah, first I became a Sevadal. I'm not going to very old history of mine, which I talked 2 days before, but going to about joining Swami's college, I would like to share a few points here because it's so interesting for me that how Swami guides us. First of all, we never knew Swami. Many of us, we don't know. Then later, because of bhajans, we were enchanted by that. We came to Swami. Then later, few of us had a desire to join Swami's college. I was a Sevadal with my brothers in Vrindavan. 78, I joined as Sevadal. And I used to 79 summer course. I found 1 month a day, beginning to day, and spiritual topics being delivered by various speakers. And evening time, Swami will give his valedictory discourse every day. And then later by students' bhajans. And when I go back to 1979 summer course, I don't feel like talking at all because so much sweetness, so much beauty, so much peace, so much bliss, we cannot cross that at all. So that time I saw these students from Vrindavan going in white and white, putting their head down, and then they go. Swami calls the singers to the stage and tell them what to sing. And there were singers, fantastic singers like Kote, Hirak, Rupak Sharma, and Rupak Changa Koti, Hirak Changa Koti, Sonam. Lots of people, they are fantastic when they start. As a Sevadal, I'll stand in the line and then try to control the crowd and then hear these bhajans, forget myself, cry in the heart. Swami, how can you create such wonderful, wonderful people and their voice? I have heard enough of singers in the world, but this much heart touching, I have not heard anywhere. How can you create this, especially for yourself? How can you do this? This voice should be heard around the globe. Of course, now it is heard around the globe. So that was what my prayer was. And my prayer was, Swami, if you can have them as student, why don't you have me as student? Am I not fit enough to become your student? This prayer, Swami used to say, serve with love, say Sai Ram, serve with love, say Sai Ram. So I went to Vrindavan College one day. There was one Mr. Amarnath. I told him this. I have told many places. I went and said Sai Ram to him. He told yes, Sai Ram, and very humble, very nice man. And I told I want to join your institution, your college. What is the procedure? He told no admission. What did you do? I told I have done my pre-university. Then he told here it is only plus two. 10th standard plus 2. I told I finished 11 plus 1, that is also 12. He told, no, we don't take admission like that. Then I had to come disappointed, cry, but yet when you have Swami with you, you have everything with you. So I felt Swami will listen. No human can ever support. Swami will listen to us. So I started praying to Swami when I serve upma, when I serve idli, when I serve vada, when I serve sambar, when I serve chutney. I will smile to every devotee and say Sai Ram and smile and think that they are Swarupa of Swami. So I used to serve them that. So when I went on doing that, of course, one day Swami came to canteen and blessed us. That's one part of story. Later, I would like to switch faster. Summer quotient, last day, valedictory discourse. Swami was, we were into crowd control. Sevals were catching hand to hand, and we don't want crowd to jump into Swami's car. We were controlling the crowd. Swami is yet to finish the discourse, and he's telling, uh, for all the parents, here is happy news. Swami is going to open a college for their children, a boys' gents college for their children in Prashant Nilayam. That's all. My prayer was I should join Swami's college. I left my hand and just folded and started clapping, crying. And I immediately fast forwarded my heart. Already I have gone to Puttaparthi, which I never went before. I have gone to Brindavan, not to Parthi. So I have never gone. But my manas, which is faster than any flight, any sort of anything, what can go the even faster than the light, I would say. He traveled, went to Puttaparthi, joined college, and sat in front of Swami, started performing violin concert, this, that, and started, everything. Though I'm not a singer or anything, but imagination, who can stop? Who can control? So I went into that state, and people, hey, give your hand. And after that, I came back home, took a rule sheet and wrote, Dear Principal, those time no application form. Some in our house, one notebook was there. And then I tore the page, it was rule sheet. I wrote, Dear Principal Sir, I would like to have a seat in your college because I'm from Tamil Nadu. I didn't know English that well, now also. So I wrote like that and sent it. And one Thursday bhajan, I was in one Kupana Mama's house bhajan and I attended. I'm coming back. My elder brother, one Mr. Mohan Ram, who is also listening in the Satsang. He told Hari, there is a telegram asking you to attend college in Sri. Oh my God. I was in the ninth heaven, not seventh one. I saw the telegram. Oh my God, I got interview letter. So took the telegram. I didn't know how to go. My brother told, take train, night train, go to Penangunda, stay there till morning, take a tonga, go to bus stand, take a bus, go to. Unlike today, we have the material facility. We pay 2,000, 2,100, taxi comes, pick up, we go. Those time nothing. We can't afford that, nor we ever tried that. So not many devotees had car too. And we don't know much of devotees also, except these people. So I had to go that night and go get outside, stay in the station, tolerate the bed bugs, whole night Shivaratri. And after all those things, next day morning, take a tonga, catch the bus and go to Puttaparthi, and then take accommodation in Ganesh. There was only one shed near Ganesha left hand side, and register yourself. Go. Your place will be only straight place. Then after that, go sit in the darshan. Around 4 o'clock, I went and sat. My father had to come from Chennai. He too came. We both sat last, and Swami came slowly. Ladies' side finished. Gents' side he came, and then came to gents' side. We were the last to sit, but Swami was showing his hand like that, calling. And of course, we are last, so we cannot get up. Maybe Swami is calling somebody. So many people got up. Swami made them sit, and then he called me. So me and my father went. I'm cutting short all interesting story. Otherwise, this episode itself 1.5 hours. So I went inside into room, praying to Swami. Please tell my father that I'm an excellent boy. This is my prayer to Swami. Please tell my father that I'm an excellent boy. And as prayed, Swami told my father, he is excellent boy. And after that, he created Vibhuti for father and applied and told him, your ulcer problem. My dad was with ulcer problem, admitted in the hospital for months together. We all did know. That time, no phones, nothing. Then later we came to know because we couldn't even write letter. Finally, we came to know. Then Swami here in interview room says, you are cured with your ulcer. My father was cured. Next, he turns to me. Swami will keep you as a student, always with Swami. Are you happy? He told. I was so thrilled because, next day college interview, but first day, after reaching there, within half an hour, I got interview with Swami, and Swami assured admission. Now, whether I get in the college or not, Swami has given. One Swami has taken all of us to him. All of us are his college students because we still learn. A long way to go. Yeah, I got college admission also. As Sri Satya Sai college admission. But all of us are Sai students only throughout our life. So next day I went to interview. They saw my certificate. So they found in my pre-university certificate because I asked my students who are sitting nearby me because I wanted to know what is their standing for interview. So I asked them, what is your percentage in pre-university? One fellow is saying 96, another fellow is telling 92. Everyone is telling high percentage. But I gave 4 pre-university certificate in the interview room. So they saw 4 certificate. Why 4 certificate? I told fourth time I passed pre-university. 3 time I failed because I wanted to be honest. So I showed up the certificate. They were all laughing to their heart's content. Then later they asked, how confident you are, or tell us why you feel you can be admitted in this institution. I told very simple. I'm not bothered about my marks. I'm not bothered about anything. I'm a musician. I feel that you can consider number one as a violinist. Number one is not at number two. Number one, my do or die is to become Swami's student. For what? Not to study very well or score big marks and enter into a big level thing in the world. No, I want to be with Swami and just see him. The number of years I'm here, if I can be near him, and that is what I require, I told. And that thing gave the admission as Swami promised. Next day, you won't believe there were people who had high percentage, didn't get admission, but I got. Now, my dear fellow pilgrims, tell me, what is the qualification of admission with Swami? I would say nothing. If you are not at all qualified, we are with Swami. This is my faith. I'm not talking for all. I'm talking about myself. Because then, now, in future also, I'm not qualified for anything. But certainly, because Swami loves all of us. His love is there for us. We are qualified. Whatever qualification. A mother loves her children. What qualification she will look at her children? A father will look at their children with certain discipline, certain way of life. But a mother crosses that. She looks at the children because she loves them. Whatever may be the children. Ravana's mother loved Ravana. You can't say Ravana was not a right person to be loved. Mother sees no difference. Surdas, he sings in a bhajan. He says, Paras mani avagun nahi jane, kanchan karat karo. Whether it is iron piece or anything, that parasmani will make it gold. It doesn't see, oh, this is iron piece, throw it out. No. The moment parasmani touches the iron piece, it becomes gold. Same with Swami, that he loves everyone. With his love, he has touched. What is the qualification we need to have to go near Swami? Nothing. If you see for interview, Swami called, I sat last line. Now you go to college interview, I have failed 3 times, passed fourth time. And like that, it's not our qualification which carries us in our life at all, because already the worldly burden is so much. On top of that, more and more on our head. Yeah, we need to do things in the world. So each one have got their way of life. Some people are qualified to serve the society. Some people are not qualified to serve the society. So each one of us have got a purpose. So that is how I got the admission in Swami's institution. And after that, next, your desire develops slowly. What is the first desire? Enter into Swami's college. Now, next desire, being a violinist, I find the singers are singing. That time, there was one Asthana singer for Swami. He used to sing, and one or two students from my batch used to sing. Otherwise, singers were in Brindavan, not in Parthi. Parthi, we have not found a music group, but one or two are singing with that Asthana Vidwan, another singer. So I was telling Swami, somebody is singing in scale 2, somebody is in scale 3, somebody is singing in 1. Here I am a classical musician. You don't even take notice of me, what type of God you are. You make me play violin in front of you. Enjoy that classical music. What is this bhajan? This was what my outlook. Though I loved bhajan, but I had in my heart a bit higher thinking about the classical music. And I was praying, you please make me play in front of you. You will not believe that time. Suddenly, Swami stood in front of me, turned his back, and asked the lecturers, is there any talent in the hostel? New students? Like that. And I am sitting behind. And one of our lecturers got up. He told, yes, Swami, we have a Carnatic violinist. Then Swami says, where is he? Where is he? No, Swami. He will search except you in all the other places. He wants to see whether you want to get up and say, yes, here I am. So he wants to see that. So I had to get up and say, Swami, like that. Oh, violin வாசிப்பீங்களா? Swami will talk. Everyone's in their mother tongue. Violin வாசிப்பீங்களா? Swami, கொஞ்சம் Swami. பரவாயில்ல, the Sunday ஹாஸ்டலுக்கு வரேன். This Sunday I will come to hostel play. Then I had Sai Surendranath sir, now who is there in Parthi on tabla, and Arivaditan who is in Canada. He was on call for bhajans. And first Carnatic classical. No Mridangist was there. I was a Puritan, but in front of Swami, whoever plays, and I was close to Sai Surendranath. So he was ready to accompany, and we were ready for the program. I went with the program. I was playing Abhogi Varnam first, and I was showing, that how good it can be played. And suddenly Swami started singing the Sargam. Hindustani people say, Carnatic we say, Kalpana Swaram. He started coming out with that. I started, tearing up, stopped playing. Then all the brothers were saying, play, play, play. I started playing. Swami started saying, Nalla vasingo, you play very well, play. Then I played for 1 hour or so. That was the first Puttaparthi student music program. That opportunity we all got. And that time Swami coming and sitting. We didn't have Simhasanam. We put ordinary steel chair and put a sari of a professor's wife's sari, silk sari we put. Swami said, he doesn't need anything. He said, he heard, he appreciated like anything. But finally, he told one word. Tyagaraja never sang anything. He didn't compose. He talked to Lord Rama. His conversation became the composition. And that is made musical by everyone according to their manobhavana. But Tyagaraja didn't do like this. He just poured out Chakkani Raja Margamundara, not Karahara Priya Ragam, followed by Swaram, all those things he didn't do. He was outpouring his feeling to Rama. Rama Nannu Brovara, Har Brova Parama. All those types of Kirtanas came out having the darshan of Rama, conversing with Rama, because he had sacrificed everything. That is why that emotion, Swami told, that became Mahamantra for me. That night, I have told many times, I broke my violin. Later, Swami gave, that's a big story. If I go, I have to tell this story only. So, this is the episode which turned me towards bhajan singing. At least sitting in the bhajan and everything. Yes, I know bhajans, I knew I have heard. And because of Swami's grace, I started playing harmonium. Because of his grace, I started singing also in the Divine Presence. Very big story to go, but to get into a deeper sense of thing, all of us, I will also share few more things, experiences. Before that, I would like to share. We are all traveling in a boat or ship, we can call it, in the ocean of samsara. When we take birth, we create relationship, father, mother, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, and chinnaina, pedaina, all those type of relationship. The moment we do, that is one ship. Then later go to college, school, colleges, friendship. That is another ship we develop. After getting married, partnership. Three ships in the ocean of samsara. For a person with right vision, these ships won't be difficult at all. But many of us, out of 100, 99% in the path of samsara, because of these three ships, we experience the difficulties, not the joy. Joy, what we experience, we forget. But the difficulty, what we experience, we start blaming everyone around us. This is what happens. Because why I'm talking this, now we can connect it with how, what way Swami has brought. I told how I joined Swami's college, played violin, everything. That's okay. For our small ego satisfaction, Swami gives us opportunity. But what life, how to see that life? Because having been in satsang, we have to discuss this also. Imagine relationship. We find after some time it is full of difficulty. Where is the difficulty? We see difficulty. We don't see much joy in that. Out of friendship, suddenly we start seeing difficulty. Partnership, in that also we see. Though everyone has sacrificed, father, mother have sacrificed, friends have sacrificed, partner also has sacrificed. Either way, a husband sacrifices for wife, wife sacrifices for husband. So, but that sacrifice is not seen by either of them. I'm sorry to enter into other subject in Swami's talk, but we have got to understand our life also. So these three ships, that is why we say in the ocean of samsara, samsara is essence of goodness. But generally in samsara, we are afraid of the turbulence, not the silent sea. When everything is silent, we don't appreciate. Even the flight when go, when the flight is smooth and everything, we don't appreciate. The moment they announce there is going to be turbulence, fasten your seatbelt. That time, we start praying, we start doing things, and we forget that whole journey of 9 hours or 12 hours of flight journey. In that 20 minutes of turbulence, we'll come down and people ask, how's your flight? Then we say, oh God, what a turbulent flight. We forget our 9 hours. This is what human mind is made of. And even in our life also, we are talking of turbulence, not of silence. I think this blessing, if we all have to have, my dear, dear, dear fellow pilgrims, if all of us, if we have to experience and appreciate the best part of our life, and especially after knowing Swami, after having his darshans, sparshans, sambhashan, after having lived with him for years together, have we developed or accepted or having understood the mainstay of our life is peace and joy, or it is turbulent, what we have understood. Many of us have taken turbulent times with us, not peaceful time with us. And I will come how Swami has, or that is why Swami thought in this ocean of samsara, Jivaniki Naya Chalo, Sainath, Sainath. So Swami has to take this ship. For that, what ship we need to have? Worship. Then what ocean we have to travel? Devotion. So from relationship and friendship and partnership, if you have to experience peace and bliss, our worship should be stronger with lots of devotion. What is devotion? I go sit in front of Swami, sing bhajan is a devotion. I recite Ashtotram is a devotion. I do service is a devotion. Yes, it is all for devotion. But what is devotion? Where we don't exist and only God exists. That is worship. When we start singing bhajan, or when we go to bhajan, when somebody is singing so beautifully in the center, all the devotees forget, cry, this, that. Whether that singer can experience devotion, he will be concentrating on his tune, Shruti, Thalam, if he concentrate. Of course, he can also forget and sing. But generally, he forgets and sing. But the devotees, they don't have responsibility. They are on the spot, forget their family, forget their children, forget their business, forget everything, and in tune with Sadi. That is devotion. And that we do day in, day out, day in, day out, more and more. Then we will be able to appreciate these three types of ship called relationship, friendship, but not partnership. For we started seeing God in all of them. And we'll slowly, 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 slowly drop seeing the negativity in others around us. First, that will reduce negativity in us, negative thoughts in us. So, what does Swami's bhajan imply? Why did Lord Shiva took Tejomaya as Agnilinga to burn all our Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsari? All six types of fires put into that fire of our Arunachala Sai. He is there to take everything. Can we offer? Or are we going to use it? How many years we are going to use it? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. Still the anger is not gone. What sadhana then? What is the use? Okay, get angry. Where is going to end? That results in us. Other party enjoys our anger because you will think, okay, this fellow let him keep on shouting. We will be what we are. So, as I told, these three ships, if you want to enjoy, if you want to sacrifice all of these things, slowly, what is the way out? Keep on. All of us talk sweetly, all side devotees. We talk very sweet. That really gives us the patience. Sometimes without our knowledge, we may come out of that, but again remind the neighbor whom you are talking is again another creation of the Lord and God resides. So we have no authority to talk anything to somebody else. It takes a sadhana of lifetime, but we have to start somewhere. We all have started, but how far we have gone, each one of us know. So these three ships, instead of turning into worship, we have to make it into worship. And then with that, in the ocean of devotion, then that ocean of samsara will be much, much, much easier and beautiful. If we start analyzing the quality of others, everyone other than us have got quality because we have that quality in us. So we recognize that in others. And if we recognize good quality in us, we'll recognize good quality in others. If we recognize some other quality, that quality is in us also. So whether we want to point out our finger at our own self, this we have to understand. So Let us all try to look at the noble qualities all around us. Like Swami, where Swami comes into picture in this. Swami, as God, he came, and then we all went to him as God. All of us will have drawbacks, right? But when we go to Puttaparthi, Swami is treating all of us same like him. He says, I am God, you are God. Come on, we will say. That is what Swami is. Because he is God, he is a creator, because he cannot negate his creation. So it has to be divinity all around. So he can boldly declare. But same thing, vice versa, can we see also that when Swami has told that he is God, I am God, you are God, then I should see you and say, yeah, here is God. Yeah, here is God. There is God. Everywhere God. Can I start practicing? Then this satsang will have meaning. Otherwise, this will be one more. What talk comes out is Swami's talk. And I am also hearing. This is not for you, I am talking. I am talking to my heart. My dear Hariharan, what are all the words I am giving? Are you able to realize? Swami is asking me. Do you see in others, Swami? If you are not seeing, start seeing. Start with one, go to two, go to three. Expansion is life. And I to we to I. So from the body ego travel together. That's why all of us are sitting together. From there to again I, only one I. I. That we have to travel. So all of us, please, on this day of Arunachala Deepa, and it is, this auspicious month on this day, Kartika Nakshatra, also, this month belongs to Swami. Swami's birthday is over. What gift can we give the Lord who have done avatar for our sake, expecting all of us to pick up that spirituality and instantly evolve and become one with Him, not for His sake, for our sake, because He wants us to be like Him. There is a Tamil song in which one of the saint poet says that, God, why you are God, because you lifted us to your state, equal to you, not lower than you. If it is lower than you, that is a human. People know, I'll think somebody is lower than me, or I'll think somebody is higher than me. But God's nature is not that. Where He is, to that state He makes everyone. All of us sitting in Kulwant Hall or Vrindavan, when Swami comes, all of us are in that same state as Swami in place. We don't have thought process, we don't have thinking. We are in place when we are with Swami. That is state of Swami, instantly given. Where did we lose it then? What all gift we got, where did we lose? After bhajan, during bhajan, please. After the bhajan, how did we lose? Activating, identifying unwantedly the worldly stuffs. So we lose all those things. Is it possible, brother? We are in the family life. Yeah, I'm also in the family life. All of us are in family life. All of us will have social life. All of us will have every life. But in all these things, can we find that uniqueness and that unity, purity, divinity? We have been talking for years, but have we attained that? These are all the things we have to contemplate more and more and more within ourselves, not for others. People can say, oh, brother, now Sunil brother was introducing brother Hariharan as this and that and everything. But Hariharan should not take that introduction. Hariharan should see whether he is fit for that introduction, and Hariharan should see whether that divinity which is there in him has made him to some level in this world to drop the world. That Hariharan should analyze. Nobody will know. All the people will say about others, good. Inside devotees, we say that. But we should not take it seriously. We have to understand how noble that person who introduced, how noble these persons who call for Satsang. What we know, the Lord whom even Devas, Rishis, Vedas, Upanishads cannot define. What this small chap will talk about that God? Nothing. So such is the state of all of us. What we can do is only one thing. Become a child, cry. Mother will feed you with milk. So become a child and cry to the Lord. Saima will come and give you Mukti Pradayini, Prema Pradayini, Shanti Pradayini. She will come and give you everything. Can we become that? With all our gunas. Because he is that touchstone. So whatever gunas we have got, he will touch us, make us gold. He has touched us and made us gold. See to it we become a jewel getting purified, and all of us should become jewel. This should be our aim of life. Aim of life is in all the ship we travel in the ocean of samsara. Make it our ship with devotion so that our samsara becomes not ocean of samsara, it is ocean of devotion. That we have to somehow, we are all in the path without doubt. Many of us, not many of us, all of us have gone to some level, but remaining part also within this Janma, we have to wipe out, otherwise, one more Janma. Do any of us want one more Janma? I am sure all of us will say, oh, brother, no need. Thank you. Oh, Lord, thanks. Whatever may be the worldly attainments we have got, nothing has protected us from this. So only one thing can protect, that is Swami's name. Only Sai Nama Madhuram. Only that can protect us, nothing else. So we have to take that name, involve ourselves more and more, and also understand ourselves more and more. This is where Swami made the students, even the person who don't know. You know, those times, the best singers also cannot get opportunity. Swami will suddenly randomly select some boy. He won't even know to sing. For example, I don't know to sing. I didn't know to sing. Swami will select, why you are playing? ఒట్టి హార్మోనియం play చేస్తున్నావు పాటలు రాదా పాడు. See the Lord. It's not the highly accomplished musicians who can do anything and everything in their voice and do so much with music. No, he finds a student. He feels he should sing. He calls that boy. In our batch, all of us didn't know music, to be frank with you. None of us. Yeah, I played little violin. But regarding bhajan, I knew my knowledge was zero. Yeah, because I was in classical world. I could never correlate with bhajan. So my knowledge was zero. And when we find we are zero, then Swami selects. Hey, ఎందుకురా పాడకూడదు పాడు ఒక పాట పాడు. Like that, he has selected in our batch. Hirak Koti doesn't know music. But if he sings, it will touch the heart. Kote doesn't know music. If he sings, we'll go to other end of devotion. Rupak Sharma, Rupak Chankoti. If you see all the singers, when they sing, you know, when I was a student, when they come from Vrindavan, when they sing, You won't believe, I'll cry for every bhajan when I play harmonium because so emotional. And that is what Swami has put, because only that can destroy the vasana. Only that can destroy the worries of the world. Only that can give the bliss of him. That is why he gave that potency to every student. And those 10 students, they will come, they will sit, Swami will come, and we will be repeating the bhajan. But we think that is the first time we ever, sort of coming out of us to Swami. We would have sung yesterday also. Tomorrow also we are going to sing. But that moment, that is why we say Nava Nava Komala Meghashyama. Because he is always living. The Nama is also new. The bhajan is also new. Even today, we listen to any bhajan. You must be hearing the bhajan, any bhajan. Tumu Bhavikana Vinasha, Jai Ganaraya, Matangavadana, any type of bhajan. Even today when we sing, we think we are singing new. There where Swami has put the potency. So that is why he selected. I get why did he select Hariharan or somebody else, somebody else? It is because he wanted this fellow. If you don't give, then it is not going to be, right. So better give this fellow all this opportunity so that one day or the other he will realize the blessing of the Lord. For that he gave all of us that opportunity. So this came. I was sing bhajans, 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 going mad, 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 mad. They say, ऐसी लागी लगन मीरा हो गई मगन. Because went on repeating the name of Krishna, Meera became mad. I am telling all Sai devotees are Mirabai. All of us are mad. There is not even one person who is not mad in Sai crowd. All are mad after Swami's name. One Swami asked me, you say you want to go to Bangalore. Do you think all the people sitting outside, they are mad? I told Swami, of course, Swami. If they are not mad, why should they come to this village and tolerate the heat and sit here? Then Swami told, ఏం చెప్తున్నావు? I told, yes, Swami, they are mad. But they are mad after you. I told, అలాగే చెప్పు, అట్లాగే చెప్పు. So I am telling you, all of us are mad. Even if he leaves Swami, even if he stop thinking about Swami, but Swami enters our heart. I have tried this umpteen number of times not to think about Swami, not to think about any of these things. But what to do? Somebody will call and say, Sairam, then you are Sairam. How are you, brother? Then you go, then Swami, Swami, Swami. None of us can ever live even one day without this Sai Rama. What a powerful Maha Mantra Swami has given us taking avatar. Without doing tapas, he took avatar and came to us. And we had to, so through this bhajan, lots of experience in life happened. If I have to talk about that, it will keep on taking time. In between, I would like to, sort of it is time I should finish actually. But if you have time, you can, I'll not stop here. Anybody want to ask anything so that, I also can share with you some thoughts. But if nobody, then I can continue. But if anybody wants to, share their heart or ask anything, please do ask and I shall share with you.
Brother Hariharan, this is Sunil here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember reading one article wherein in one of your conversations with Swami,
Yes.
he spoke about how Tyagaraja composed his songs as a conversation with his Lord.
Yeah.
And that stuck with you. And most of your bhajans have also been your conversations with Swami. So, can you share,
nice.
one or two of those bhajans and the thoughts behind it? so that we can also get an insight as to how we could have a pure conversation with Swami and, take it more closer, bring him more closer to our hearts. We try doing it, but maybe if you could share your way of conversing with Swami and converting it into this amazing bhajans, it will be really mesmerizing for us and
Sure,
for us to listen.
sure, sure. Thank you, Brother Sunil. And uh, I'll take one composition as a sample, as conversation. Muralidhar Heganashyam, I'm sure many of us would have heard in US. You want me to share old or new? This is fairly new, 10 years old. Can I share this, Muralidhar Heganashyama? Yes?
Yes, yes, uncle.
Yes. So Muralidhar Heganashyama. Because Swami told Tyagaraja, has conversation. And, when we try to say this is compulsion, my compulsion, your compulsion, it looks really this thing. It is a thing, when you are in deep thing, it is a conversation with God happening in your heart. So this Muralidhara Hegana Shyama, Partishwara Sai Shyama, Giridhari, Parthivihari. What happened one day, I was sitting at home and I was playing a Kannada devotional song by Dasara Padagalu by one Pandit Venkatesh Kumar, a famous Hindustani musician. He was singing a devotional song, Kanakadasa, that, like Thoredu Jeevisabahute, Harininna Charanagala. Can I ever leave your, Hari, O Lord Vishnu, your lotus feet? So immediately for us Sai devotees, what happened? It is, can I ever leave, leaving your lotus feet, can I live? That will be the mentality, it will come. So that was the first insight. Then the way he was pouring out, I can leave the father, mother, I can leave my kingdom, but I can't live without your name for even fraction of eyelids, blinking time, fraction of that. I cannot galige, they say in Kannada. Fraction of that second also, I cannot leave your thought and live. This is what was so emotional. I was crying. Then I thought, do I live like that? No. Then who lived like that? Mirabai, born princess, such a rich lady with big palace, with lots of servants and richness and everything. But when the love of Lord is coming, that maidens will throw you out of gear to throw out anything and everything in the world. World is out of you. And that's what Mira did. She just left everything and only Radhe Shyam, Krishna, Shyama, Meghavarna, all those things. She was going too much into that. So I thought, yes, she didn't live even a second without Krishna's name. So the bhajan comes, Meera ke he giridhari. You all would have heard the bhajan. It will drop. Meera ke he giridhari. Surdas ke Krishna Murari. One side Meerabai's mad devotion to Lord Krishna. Another side, blind fellow, Surdas, blind man. Everyone drives him out of the home having become blind. They thought he is waste for the family. He is eating, sleeping. They didn't know Krishna's name as embedded in his heart, and he is all the time in tune with Krishna. But they thought this fellow is always understand. And persons who are God madness, people will think either he is out of mind, or he is lazy, or he is useless. These three titles he has to get it. He will get it. And he has to get it so that he can drop remaining ego also. And Surdas was sent out. Poor fellow was walking on the road and fell in the ocean. And Lord Krishna has to catch his finger and lift him up. So in that tune also will be like that. Surdas ke Krishna Murari. So I want to start, the first thing, Muralidhara Hegana Shyama. So my prayer to Lord Krishna is like Surdas and Mirabai, let my body become Murli, empty flute so that you can adorn it. Hey Ghanashyama. Ghanashyama is dark clouded color Krishna. What does that mean? He's gracious. Dark cloud pours rain. So grace also pours from Krishna like that. For that Muralidhara addressing Hey Ghanashyama. But that Ghanashyama I have not seen. Mirabai has seen. Surdas has seen. So Parthishwara Sai Ghanashyama. My Ghanashyama is Parthishwara Sai. So Parthishwara Sai Ghanashyama. Giridhari. Parthivihari. Giridhari is Krishna who lifted Govardhana. My life, I never planned my life. Never any of us can plan our life. Even if we plan, that won't happen. Many of the things doesn't happen. We say we have to be careful, we have to be this, we have to be that, all those things. In my case, at least, I never planned my life. And life, whatever came, that's life, that's it. Because, I have become Nirmala, like Surdas, because we are blind with the world. Surdas is blind by birth. We are blind for God, so we are also Surdas. At least Surdas had drishti for Krishna. We don't have that drishti for Sai Krishna also. So I am saying Giridhari Parthivihari. There Krishna lifted the Govardhanagiri. Here, Swami lifts all our burden. Any problem we say, heart of heart, Swami, please take care. Let everything happen rightly. If you feel this is what I should undergo, give me the strength. You bear this weight. So he lifts the mountain of our trial, difficulty, trouble, everything. So Girdhari, Parthivihari. Then Mira ke Girdhari, Surdas ke Krishna. Ghanashyama, Meghashyama, Sai Shama, Girdhari, Parthivihari. This is the way this bhajan came out, and of course, I have heard in US, Canada, all parts of the world, people singing so beautiful. They sing with so much of devotion. So this is the background of this bhajan. One more bhajan I would like to share before anything else. It so happened I had a trip with family to Pandharpur and Shirdi. So I went to Pandharpur. So Pandharpur you go and you offer some dakshina to that priest. And after that was offered, that priest was so happy. He started explaining who is Pandharinatha. So he started removing the freedom of Pandharinatha and showed me on the head it is Shivaling, body is Krishna. So this is Shiva Harirupa. This is not only Vishnu, this is Shiva and Vishnu put together. So Shiva Harirupa, he told. So I had darshan with family, went to Shirdi. So when I went to Shirdi, there was Arati. It was going on, heavy crowd. I was standing, Arati, you know how powerful in Shirdi with all the people. Tears were rolling out. They are singing Shirdi Maase Pandharpur. So Shirdi is my Pandharpur, they are singing. So that time a bhajan comes. Parthi Mera Pandharpur. Parthi Ishvara Sai Ranga. Parthi Mera Pandharpur. So in Pandharpur, Ranga is there. So in Parthi, I have Sai Ranga. Shiva Hari Rupa Panduranga. Shiva and Vishnu is Panduranga. Who is my Sai? Shiva Shakti Rupa Sai Ranga. Please understand. Shiva Hari Rupa Panduranga, Shiva Shakti Rupa Sai Ranga. Who is Panduranga? He came to bless one devotee, Pundalika. To give vara to that Pundalika, he came for Pundalika Varda Panduranga. Who is my Sai? Bhakta Janashaya Sairanga. He has come to bless the whole humanity. All the devotees he has come to bless. That is my Sairanga. When he came as Panduranga, he blessed one devotee. But when he came as Sai, he has blessed whole world. Of course, Panduranga blesses whole world. Everyone goes to Pandari Kshetram. But the avatar purpose was for one person. Here the avatar purpose is for many, same God. So this type, it becomes conversation. When you are in front of God, when things happen, you have sukha, you have dukkha, you have anything. Any point of things, that time the bhajan comes out. Not because you have harmony. What in Shirdi, when you stand in the crowd, what harmony you can have? You can't have harmony. You cannot put a raga, tune. Then you will know actually that this tuned song. You can put a raga, fill up with Rama, Krishna, anything, and that becomes a bhajan too. But it is not like that. For all the Sai Bhajan people, whoever, I want to pay my gratitude to my forerunners, composers like Kalyan Chaudhary, Veena Vijayama, Pandurang Dikshit, Parvati Mahadevananti, Devnath Mukherjee, Master Mosrai, like that Delhi Nagaraj, Ashok Mehtaji, like that Ravi Ranjan Jainji, hundreds of Swami's composers. Because of them, we are having such beautiful bhajan. And Shivaramakrishnan ji, like that, we have got lots of people. I must have left 100 people, hundreds. Swami has created every one of them. Bolo, bolo, sabhi, gunch uthao, Naman Shivaya. Do you think anybody can compose? We give a name. This is composed by so and so. This is composed by so and so. Swami has cosmic grace. He puts, he enters, he brings it out. And that receiver box should be clear. They should not be out of focus. Bolo, bolo, sabhi bolo. Govinda bolo, Gopal bolo. Every composer. Ishwaramba Pritanya. Oh my God. Mujhe darsha dikha Bhagwan. Every bhajan, thousands of bhajans. When we think about all these people, they are the real guides. They have stood in front of Swami and they have come out with such things. So we follow that tradition, all of us. That is the beauty of this avatar who have brought out thousands and thousands of, like Tyagarajas he has brought out, like Tukharam he has brought out, like Namdev Maharaj he has brought out, like Mirabai, Surdas he has brought out. And singers, every singer is a Lavakucha. Such wonderful singers round the globe. Nowhere bhajan is weak. What a blessing. We don't miss. Oh, I am in Ohio. We can't have bhajan. No, best singers are there. Oh, I am in New Jersey. We don't have singers. Two good singers are there. I am in Washington, D.C. Too good. I am in Los Angeles. Too good. You go to any part of the world. Swami's amazing instrument for bhajans and service. Everyone, all of us are there. But it is my prayer that Swami should give that insight, that we are able to experience the divinity in everyone, in everything around us. That is the sadhana we have to keep going till we attain that state. Once we attain that state, we won't talk. Those who know, they won't talk. Those who talk don't know. Simple procedure. So that day, I pray it should come. Sairam brother, Can I finish this session?
Thank you so much.
Finish this session.
So there are a couple of requests, Brother Hariharan. One request was that if you could sing the very first bhajan which you composed. That was one thing. Maybe you could use that to close the session, because I know it's getting nearly 10 o'clock at your end, and it might be getting late for you. So one request was if you could sing your very first bhajan.
No, it is. I am not late. For me, no problem. Because if I have harmonium, it will resound. My voice cannot be heard at all. That is why I didn't sing. Otherwise, I would have sung. So will you please excuse me? Talking is okay. Singing with harmonium. What happens is my voice cannot be heard. Harmonium will be heard, and it will be cut because I have tried that. Many people have tried that. Except somebody's voice is sharp, then it can be heard. This bass voice, we cannot hear at all. Do you think you will excuse me?
Yeah, definitely, Brother Hariharan. I know, there's no point in. We appreciate your.
That is the practical
Thank you so much.
But I would like to take this opportunity to thank and my gratitude to Swami and to all of you. Thank you. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Saram Uncle.
Saram, yeah, Ramesh, yeah, you guys can close, yeah.
Sai Ram.
Bhushan, Ramesh, I think you can take, right? They can take over.
I mean, we
And
have
we especially once again, yeah, Bhushan, go ahead.
we have 7 more minutes. If anybody has any questions, you can
Please.
free to ask Brother Hariharan.
Bhushan brother, time is not limit, no problem. You don't have to be for my sake. Anything, no problem.
Sairam. Swami, I like to call you Swami Hariharan. I felt so much like I have been with Swami for 1 hour, and I'm totally immersed in your love and your love for Swami. I felt like I was in the interview room. You took me back in many years, so many years ago. Thank you so much, sir. I cannot thank you enough.
Your name, please?
My name is Rao Garuda, and Swami sent me to United States 60 years ago. And for the last few years, he has been inviting me to come there twice a year. We have been very blessed, thanks to Swami, that he brought us very close to him.
Thank you.
My question to you, sir, is
Please don't address me, sir. Call me Hari. Don't address me, sir.
My question to you, dear brother, is how do you practice his presence in your life, every moment of your life, especially when you're busy with your work?
Yeah, this is what Swami told. I shared in many places. Whatever we are doing, Swami told, when one of the students told, I want to surrender to you. Swami told, when you say, I want to surrender to me, there are 2 identities are there. Then surrender is never possible. So surrender is thing where neither you nor I are separate. We are one. Swami is telling. So it's a difficult thing, but easy to follow is whatever we do, think that we are doing as the service to this divinity of Sai. So when we do that, then we can easily surrender. In my life, I never thought I'm doing work, first point. I never did any work, first point. Number 2, whatever is happening in the life, except few instances, I would have involved myself, means my mind, not physically. But 99% of the journey of this life, I always found that, things are happening as per the plan of Sai, who has taken you under his umbrella. So even if you try hard, what you want to do won't happen. But what he wills will happen. For small example, brother Rao Garuda Garu, can I take some minutes?
Please.
With permission to everyone.
Please do.
Yeah. I was, when I was leaving Puttaparthi, I told last week, Swami asked me, what are you going to do? I told I'm going to become a computer engineer and, this, that, everything. Imagine living with Swami and then because he's like a friend to you, you express your will to Swami, not Swami's will. So I told Swami, I'm good. Swami asked, Emi paatlu paadapotunnava ante, are you going to sing? So I told Swami, no, Swami, computer engineer. Swami told thrice. Finally, Swami gave up and he told, okay, manchika velli paadira, Swami eppudu nee intane ventane jentane untunnanu. Like that, Swami told near me, another student, Hariharan, who is in Canada, he was also there during that conversation. I am telling, Swami decided then that I am going to only, from my body only his name is going to come out, not any computer engineer. Imagine, I told Swami that and go to Indian Institute of Science. That time I did a program, Fortran 77, joined GlaxoSmithKline. But finally, in 3.5 years, I just left the job until today. Only Sai, 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 Rama, 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 Krishna, Krishna. And that's all. That means I am not doing, he's doing. So I didn't have opportunity to think that I am doing anything. At least 98% of this life, I could never tell people, yes, I did this. I don't have that capacity to say that because everything, its direction is totally, it goes to Sai.
What a blessing. What a blessing. What a blessing. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm going to let somebody else ask a couple of questions they have.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Hari, do you remember once upon a time you came down here to Cleveland when Sai Subramaniam was there?
Very much. During Dashara,
you came to Canton, you sang in Seema's house. I remember all those things. Do you remember that? Once upon a time. That is 25 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, 2002 I came.
Yes. That's
Dashara
what
time.
Yes.
Is it Dr. Mohan Kolangod or is it...
That's correct. That's correct. Yes.
Dr. Mohan Kolangod.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sai Ram, brother. How can I ever forget?
And you remember.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. I sang Padal Geetanjali and your house name is Geetanjali and Mani told it is house name is Geetanjali. How apt you sang this bhajan, she was telling. And 3.5 hours the program time was. Out of that 1.5 hours singing and 2 hours sharing the experiences. Am I right?
And you composed a song while you are driving from New Jersey to somebody's house. And you said that song came to you. Can you at least narrate that song here?
Can you remind me that song?
I don't remember that.
Yes. Sorry, because some 2-3 songs came, but now I don't, it's not striking my head, brother.
No worries.
Don't worry. Just I remind you something, that's all.
No, Brother Mohan, I can't forget this, what is that, Dallas retreat. We both were in the same room. And when I came to the room, you were sharing your Satsangh. When I was sharing my Satsangh, you had to go. But finally, Swami brought me to your house. I remember, and thanks for hosting me beautifully. I still remember, I cherish that experience. It was so emotional that day at your home. Thank you. Sairam.
Sairam.
Well, one of the
Sairam,
sisters
brother.
had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Name also, please.
Sairam, brother. My name is Varalakshmi. I had a
Sairam.
question. Sairam,
Yeah.
during your life, how do you identify in moment to moment when you're faced with choices? Where do you hear Swami's voice? How do you identify what is Swami's voice as you're moving from choice to choice, decision to decision?
Yeah, now you have asked me the question how I identified Swami's voice. Actually, there is no my voice at all. Everything has to be Swami's voice because whatever sister, whatever life has taken me through, I had the this thing in 1989. I was with GlaxoSmithKline and I left the job. I was at home for 3.5 years and no job, nothing, no earning. Now, 3.5 years, you asked me to explain how did your brother eat with family and child? What money did you get? How did you manage household? To be frank with you, I don't know even today. And to be frank with you, whenever, whatever I deserve, not what I desire, what I deserve or what is my need, I know unknown people from any place could do that. And a small example I would like to share with you. I was moving one day nearby area and I was feeling hungry. I didn't have money. I had 3 rupees in my pocket. This story is 1992 I'm talking about. 3 rupees in my pocket. And the area I was going through, there was a small hotel where the coffee rate is 3 rupees. So I thought I was feeling thirsty and hungry. I should have at least coffee before I faint. So I was going for that to have a cup of coffee. Just opposite to that hotel in Bangalore is Taj Residency Hotel, 5-star hotel. But I am going to this hotel. I'm going to enter the gate for taking 3 rupees coffee. There comes a Benz car with a businessman. He stops the car and he says, "Oh, Hariharan ji, where are you going?" Then, from the other end, he shouts. Then I crossed and I wished him. And he told, "Where are you going?" I told, "No, I am going to have a cup of coffee," very casually. I didn't tell I'm feeling hungry, nothing. Then he is telling me, "Hariharan, if you don't mind, please give me company for lunch." And where he is going, 5-star hotel. What I wanted to, my wish, my voice says that go to this hotel and drink cup of coffee. But divine voice comes and gates me to 5-star hotel. So in all our lives, all of us are
Amazing,
getting that.
amazing.
Yeah, in all our lives, we are all getting. But it is up to us whether we recognize or not. That's all. It's a question of recognition. If suppose I would have told, feeling that, he's asking for 5-star hotel, why should I go with him? He's this person, he's a businessman. I am not. Who are we to assess ourselves from him? Whether he is businessman, you are nobody. In God's eyes, you are the biggest businessman. You are the biggest fellow because you are again creation of God. And he is another creation of God. And he has given, Swami has given him that. And Swami wants you to go and have that. Simple. Understand the call of Sai and do that. And Swami gets every one of us, every second. I mean, 2 days before, sorry, I want to give one more small sample. Suddenly a message came, some bank is going to close. It is, I couldn't take money from the ATM and somebody, all the people around me told, this bank is closing and this, that, But I was not bothered. sister, this is I'm sharing from my heart. And I'm, with my wife also, she also knows. And all my family members also knows what type of mad fellow I am. So mad fellow I am, that everyone knows. So what happened? I thought Swami's birthday call came. Hari, come to Vrindavan, spend whole day here, and at least sing a bhajan in Swami's Trai Mandir, where Swami resided. I told, no need, I'll come and be there. So that day I had to go to this bank also. But I thought if I go to the bank and if they talk something, we will be unnecessarily. The plan is Swami has called you in the morning itself. So I responded to that call. If I would have gone to bank, I would have been worried. I wouldn't have been worried. But at least, question answer session, there can be anything happening. So this opportunity was cut by Swami. It was a Monday. So Swami is calling me to come to Vrindavan. So I went. I finished it. Evening, I was trying to, my car, I sold off. So I was trying to book Uber so that, I can go home. Uber, one person canceled. Then I was standing. One devotee comes by bicycle, he says, and now why are you standing here? I told, a car is not available. Shall I get a car and drive it down? I told all the way, no need. Whitefield to my house, 20 kilometers. No. Then he saw some other car. There was a Sevadal sitting. He told him. That Sevadal told, I will drop him in the place where he can get car easily. Then once I sat in the car, that Sevadal brother, see how Swami's plan. I could have thought, why that were 2 kilometers by car, again take car, all those things. Instead, I thought, this is Swami's will. I should go 2 kilometers deep. I sat, then he told, brother, so nice, I can have satsang with you like that. I told, what satsang? You are doing so much service. So he started talking like that. I asked him first, what are you doing? He told he's working for an NRI company, US based company. He's into finance, this, that, everything. Then casually I told, like this bank, some notice they have put. So what do you think about it? He told, oh, don't worry about it. Now there is a bank from abroad which is going to merge with that. So everything is beautiful. See that, how Swami gives. I didn't expect that I'll go with this man. So every second for all of it is not for Hariharan, it is not for any one particular devotee. Swami is showing path. The moment you are planning, the moment you are getting some other plan, then you should understand Swami is calling and go accordingly. Because our mind is, as I told, I am telling Swami, I am going to become computer engineer. Whereas Swami is telling you are going to sing. What happened? Swami's plan, not my plan. So I dropped my planning then and there. So if I don't have money, I'm happy because nobody will disturb me. Okay, if Swami gives me food, I'm more happy. Swami has given me food. Swami has given me a house, I'm more happy. Swami has given me a house. But it has got nothing to do with me. Anything and everything Swami has given, Swami has planned. Lots of experiences are there. But if I tell how things happen in my life, it's not for me, it's for all of us happening. We have to recognize that's all. All of you are enlightened people. Now, people who are simply asking questions, all of you are enlightened. Brother Mohan Golagod and all of you are there. All of you are enlightened. It is just that because you have given me opportunity, I am telling I. But actually it is Swami. He is guiding us in every aspect. Things happens first, then how will you take? That is very good Mahaprasadam. Because through that lots of lessons have to be learned. Not sit and cry. Our ego will be crushed. Our evolution is fastened. Everything is better. Nothing is a loss. We think externally, we have a purview that, oh my God, this has happened. If this wouldn't have happened, I would have done that. That's a very wrong thing. Because that has happened, you are going to do something better, or you are going to become a better person. You are going to be more evolved. You are going to evolve more stronger. I am going to evolve more stronger. So Swami should give us that state of acceptance, not expectation. Acceptance is the easiest path. Expectation is roundabout path, full of problems. Acceptance is easier path because you can't do anything. That's all. Okay, you are right, you are right, you are right. That's it. Am I clear, sister?
Thank you, brother Sai Ram. Thank you.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Brother, thank you so much, brother Hariharan. We would love to see you again. Thank you so much again. Sai Ram.
Thanks a lot, Sai Ram, to all of you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Sai Ram.